What's up YouTube? Kurt here with the Boomboxers. In today's video, we are reviewing our pooper. Yes, this is the 365 Thetford Porta Potty model. In this video, we're going to kind of give you the rundown of basic cassette toilets, how they operate and how they work, and if it's the right option for you in your camp setup or your van. So let's dive into it. So let's talk specifics. In this model, the dry weight of the toilet is 11.5 pounds. It does hold 4 gallons of fresh water and then 5.5 gallons of wastewater, which is quite a bit, but when you're going a lot, it does add up quickly. Basically, there's 2 reasons why we chose this specific model, and that's number 1 and number 2. Get it? Just kidding. The reason we chose this model is really it's because the biggest model that they make, and the height on it is pretty comfortable if you're sitting. You know, it's not exactly standard toilet height, but I'm 6 foot and it's about 90 degrees, maybe a little less when I'm sitting down. Very comfortable height. The toilet itself is 2 pieces, a top piece and a bottom piece. This top section holds all the fresh water, and to fill up, it's just a basic screw cap. Put a hose, bottle, jug, and fill that thing up. It holds 4 gallons of water. We actually usually don't fill up the whole thing just because it adds a lot of weight. Screw that back on and it's ready to go. So let's talk about basic functions and how the toilet works. Flip the lid open. You got a nice toilet seat. It's not your household toilet seat by any means. You wouldn't want to sit there for more than 5-10 minutes really. It gets uncomfortable. It's not a marathon, it's more of a sprint here in this case. But what you do is pump a little water into the toilet bowl at first and kind of get a nice little base foundation for your poop. And here's a hot tip for you. It's not porcelain, and so it does kind of stain pretty easily with softer dews. And what we've done is you get a little bit of TP. You can actually do this if you're over at a friend's house, guest house, you're at the in-laws and you got a massive one on. You put a little TP in the toilet just like that to kind of catch the poop and prevent any big marks on the toilet bowl itself. So hot tip right there for you. Once you've dropped the deuce, basically here's the handle flushing it. Once it flushes, kind of come a little closer. Usually it doesn't all go down straight at the same time. So you got to give it a couple pumps, really get all that stuff down in the base, and then lock it back up. We currently have stuff in here right now because we've actively been using this toilet. And once you open this up, you do get a nice aroma. But once it's closed, that gasket seals pretty well and it is watertight. So it keeps most of the odors. And once you close the lid, I can't smell anything. It's 2 parts of the toilet. This pretty much goes for any basic cassette toilet. But on the back here, you got a quick little lever. Just flip that over and that releases the top section of it. And that comes off. Basically, this is the bowl and the fresh water. So here's the bottom set of the toilet. Pretty basic setup here. But again, flush lever. All you do is pull that out and that empties everything straight down below. This black gasket is really where the magic happens. That thing seals all the liquid, solid waste on the bottom, and also helps with odors. So when it comes time to dump, you can just grab this by the handle, super convenient. These can get pretty heavy though. If there's 5.5 gallons of wastewater and pee and urine and whatever, toilet paper, you're talking close to 50 pounds. So sometimes you're holding it like this, but still pretty easy, convenient to hold it like that when you're walking. We actually went to a rest stop once and I was just like, nothing to see here, good to go. Went to dump it. When you find yourself at a dump station, this 90-degree elbow is the way you're gonna dump it. And that just flips to any angle, get it close to the ground. Sometimes you got like a few inches to kind of really just dump her over. So you basically unscrew the cap, just like that. And now you got an active war zone. So be prepared. Find yourself the correct angle to empty it. If it's a toilet, make sure it's over the toilet. If it's a dump station, a hole in the ground, make sure you just line it up right and then basically just dump straight out there. A lot of times what you're going to want to do too is just get some fresh water, put it down the drain. So when you're setting up the porta potty for initial use, you're going to want to use some type of chemical in the bottom. You don't have to, but man, it stinks if you don't. And we've gone through the gamut of products, pretty much every product at Walmart we've tried. Note, you probably don't want to buy the cheapest version. So the one that we found works the best are these bad boys. Thetford actually makes them, and they're the Aqua Max. They do have regular Aquas that are cheaper, but the Aqua Max is what you want to go for. They have it in a full bottle, or you can get the individual packets. So basically, every time you refill it, just drop one packet in the bottom, a few pumps of fresh water, and you're good to poo. You're good to go poo. Second recommendation is toilet paper. We go with the Scott 1000 sheets per roll. Sheets per roll, that is. And it is one ply toilet paper, but we found it works really well. We actually just put it straight in the bottom of the toilet, and by the time it comes to empty it out, everything's all liquid, all disposed of, and works great. So we've tried multiple, like 2, 3 ply, 4 ply? I don't know, 2 ply. We've tried thicker plies, and it gets clogged up, harder to remove when you go to empty it. So our recommendation is getting the Scott. It's cheap stuff. You don't have to buy the RV specific toilet paper. So get yourself some Thetford Aqua and Scott. Boom, good to go. Now that we've basically covered all the elements of the toilet in a camp environment, car camping, let's go inside our box and show you how the setup is in van life, real world. Let's go. So here's the setup in our box truck. We have the porta potty just sitting in the shower base. It's a 2 feet by 3 feet shower base. So when you are going to the bathroom, it's pretty convenient, nice and spacious. We offer a little bit of privacy with our curtain. So that's where the porta potty sits. When we shower, we just basically take the porta potty and move it right out here, shower, do our thing, and then move the porta potty back. I will note, real life scenario, when the pooper gets pretty full, I'm talking 4 or 5 gallons in the waste, plus 11, 12 pounds of the actual dry unit, that thing's heavy. So you're lifting that in and out. It's a little bit of a backbreaker, but for what it is, it works well. And we wouldn't want to sacrifice the shower space, leaving the porta potty in there. So it's nice to get that thing out and have a full shower to work with. So this is my pee jar. This is what I pee in, actually. This is not actually pee currently right now. It is actually green tea. Once we drink some of this, it'll become my new pee jar, fresh and clean, for a few months of use, and then we will retire it. So $2 gets you a nice pee jar. $200 gets you a nice pee and poop jar. Okay. So a couple things that we like about the toilet. We're actually pleasantly surprised about how little it smells. There's a couple fresh dookies in here, and I'm sitting close to it. I actually cannot smell it. Truth be told, when you're actually taking a dump or going to the bathroom, as soon as you open that lever, it does stink a little bit. So that's one thing to take into consideration. When the toilet itself is closed, the stink is actually pretty minimal. Second thing we like about it is the height. It's a comfortable height to sit on. The toilet seat itself isn't that comfortable, but hey, it's a porta potty. And lastly, the toilet itself is really easy to dump. You can kind of take it anywhere. A regular toilet, dump station, pretty versatile as far as where you can dump it. And it's minimal mess. They did a good job designing the actual toilet itself. So a few things we don't like about the toilet. Number one, it is a plastic bowl, and it does leave marks if you're really dropping a fresh Duke that's a little soft. So it's a little inconvenient that way. It's not porcelain, it's not super slippery. So when you do, sometimes you got to wipe the bowl out, and that's a little inconvenient. As far as real life application goes, we've been using this porta potty for about 9 months. No major issues, been working well. As long as you deep clean it every once in a while, empty it regularly, really flush it out. Yeah, no complaints. I would give it 4.5 stars out of 5. 5 just being sometimes you gotta wipe the dookie out of the bowl. Well, there you go. Hopefully this video helped you determine if a cassette toilet is right for your camp setup, box truck, van life, bus, whatever you're into. These toilets are great. They're super efficient. They're cheap. They're easy to maintain. And they don't require any other parts. So no moving parts, no fan, no electricity. But, I don't know. Maybe a compost toilet is right for you. Maybe a cassette toilet is right for you. Hopefully this video helped you determine if you want to buy one of these bad boys. And again, Thetford makes a bunch of different varieties of these, different sizes, different models. So go check them out. This is probably the last video I'm going to do holding a toilet. So comment down below what you guys want to see from us. Different videos here or there. Subscribe to our channel. Give us a like, a thumbs up. Really, I don't care. But go get yourself a toilet. Get on the road. Get out camping. And don't let any crap hold you back.